So Branson Mitchell there on the right with Goblin Charbelcher. Andrew Ohlschwager on the left with Maverick. And these guys are fighting for a place in the top 4 of the StarCityGames.com Legacy Open Series in Denver, Colorado. So, this could be very interesting. Charbelcher able to win very quickly, especially when unopposed. We can already answer the question you asked, force of will or no. Maverick tends to not play force of will, so unless Andrew is a real Maverick.
A Maverick? A rogue Maverick?
Yes, I doubt he's actually playing counterspells.
A Papa Grizzly?
Okay. I'm looking at his sideboard. His sideboard is, what is it? It's 13 one-ofs and 2 Enlightened Tutors.
I think Aethersworn Canonist is going to be a valuable weapon for him in the sideboarded games.
Yeah, I imagine the one-of Canonist will come in, but that's for game 2. And probably 3 if there is a 3rd game. So, yeah, we've seen like a ton of cool decks all weekend. Delver performing very well in both Standard and Legacy. And Branson Mitchell has a turn 1.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, does he have
Is this going to be a turn 1 kill?
Oh wow, going very quickly. Chrome Mox, Seething Song.
Ritual,
basically a bunch of red rituals here.
And Empty the Warrens. Okay, wait a second. Let's just check out Andrew's deck here. I think the phrase is, that's game, boys. I do not believe that Andrew can actually come out of this quickly enough.
There are the goblins hitting the table. So we saw Chrome Mox, we saw 3 different rituals.
And he goes Wasteland. Rawr, take 10.
But yeah, Wasteland is all he can muster there on his turn. And Branson has Andrew on a 1-turn clock. There's a Gataxian Probe from Branson, checking out what's happening. And we got a quick glimpse of a Thalia Scavenging Ooze, a Green Sun Zenith, and a Fauna Shaman, along with a Windswept Heath, which is currently being cracked. And yeah, Andrew knows what's up. No need to go any further, and Branson Mitchell wins game 1 in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
That's pretty good. I think actually the shuffling is taking longer.
Well, it definitely took longer than 1 minute and 15 seconds. So, yeah, you know, unfortunately, what that means is we have to ask these guys a trivia question.
Okay, wow.
I'm not ready with trivia questions.
I've got a trivia question.
I planned to write it while we were covering this match.
I'm already ready with one. So. No worries.
All right,
no
you got my back, Adrian? All right.
Yeah.
Freak out. Sorry.
No
Thanks
worries.
for having my back, Adrian.
I'll give you a hint. We actually just mentioned this player's name just moments ago.
Okay.
So the trivia question, how this works is, at the beginning of every game, I guess we should say every first sideboarding of a match, in the quarterfinal round, the semifinal round, and the final round, we give away premium 3 months, then 6 months, and then finally for the finals, a full year of premium. If you are one of the lucky people who tweets the correct answer to the trivia question with the hashtag SCG Premium as a part of your answer, one lucky person amongst those who answers correctly will get a free however many months of premium. In this case, it'll be 3. So the trivia question is this. One player in this top 8 was at the top of the Swiss, the number 1 at the end of the Swiss, and he was also at the number 1 yesterday in the Swiss. What archetype did he play yesterday?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yesterday, at number 1 at the end of the Swiss.
That's a tough one to type too. Shoebox over there trying to tweet it.
What was the archetype that was number 1 in the Swiss yesterday?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what archetype was number 1 at the end of the Swiss in the standard?
Yesterday,
tournament?
that's right. This player, number 1 in the Swiss today.
Yeah.
What's he playing today?
You can actually look
maybe I'll give you a small hint. Today he's playing Rug Delver. What was it yesterday?
Could be a hint.
Okay. So tweet SCG Premium. Make sure you get that as a part of your answer.
Wolf Run Rug. Right? I mean,
could
be.
But back to our sideboarding with our players that are already underway.
Yeah.
Andrew Ohlschwager has to find some way to answer such a terrible, potent threat.
He needed. I think all he needs to do, obviously, is just set up a terminus on top for his second draw step. That's it.
Right. He doesn't have a terminus though,
Oh,
so
well,
that's
then
a
he
problem.
loses. That's it.
Yeah. Aethersworn Canonist, I believe, is going to come in. Also coming in, I expect, is going to be Enlightened Tutor, just to be able to find things really quickly, so that he can go turn 1 land, Enlightened Tutor at the end of the turn, and if the turn 1 kill isn't there, drop a turn 2 Aethersworn Canonist. And I think also he's going to bring in Kasali Pride Mage. Other than that, I don't know that he brings in anything.
Yeah, not a lot to deal with Belcher. What does that say?
I cannot tell. There is a card written on this list that it's really bad handwriting. So it's one.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a T, an F. Like it could be Fog, could be Fred, could be
Thrun.
Fry.
I can't tell what it is.
Yeah, it could be
Now,
Thrun.
look at Branson Mitchell there. Shrugs his shoulders. I didn't even sideboard.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'm ready to win this thing.
He may have sideboarded though.
I don't think he did.
No?
I look at that guy. He looks like a guy that said to himself, you know what? I'm not even going to sideboard against this guy. In fact, given that he's a Burning Wish deck, I think he probably did not sideboard at all.
Yeah, the four, he's got a lot of 1-ofs in the board. The 4-ofs he has are Xantid Swarm and Pyroblast, neither of which I think he really needs here. What do you think?
I think you're completely correct.
And everything else appears to be a tutor target. Empty the Warrens, Goblin Warstrike, Cave-In, Pyroclasm, Reverent Silence, Shattering Spree, and Traitorous Blood. So, I know one thing, these Belcher decks are exciting.
Right?
We talked about Infect being very exciting, all the turns, the entire game being compressed into a smaller amount of turns. And Charbelcher takes that just to the next level here in Legacy, where the match literally came down to 4 total turns between 2 players. Or was it 5? Sorry, I think Andrew had 2 turns and then that was it. So
Branson Mitchell here, just waiting to have the hurry up and let's play our 2 turns of magic.
Yeah. Yeah, is there a ley line that's you start the game with this in play, take an extra turn after this one, sacrifice this, so you have a turn 1, and then at the second turn? That would be awesome for these decks.
Maybe.
Sounds actually awful. Especially designing cards on the fly like that is very awful.
Some particular predictions. I think we're going to see a tough fight between Rug Delver and Reanimator. I'm not sure. It depends on Barrett's sideboarding, pretty much. I think that Barrett has Gilded Drake, which is going to be a huge weapon there. I'm going to give that to Rug Delver. Here, I think the obvious person with advantage here is Belcher. Esper Blade versus Miracles. I think Joe Lost is going to win with Miracles. And No Intel versus Blue Red Delver. I think Michael Zvien is going to do well with No Intel, but that's a close one.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Really, all these matches have something appealing about them. Like something exciting. I think just we haven't seen Reanimator all day. I'd like to watch the Rug Delver Reanimator match. We've got Esper Blade versus Miracles. Obviously, big fan of the Miracle deck, and that could be a grindy match. That would be kind of cool to see. And obviously, No Intel versus Blue Red Delver. We actually saw that matchup. Eric Carson played versus a No Intel deck earlier in the tournament, but it wasn't the same version of the No Intel deck.
Right.
It was a different player playing the Petals of Insight version,
right?
Which is more of a Storm combo, where this version, Michael Svien, is playing a Academy Rector version that puts Gristlebrand and Emrakul into play.
That's cool.
Cool. I don't think there's a Storm element at all to this particular version. There are I believe there's a couple of Burning Wishes, but those are not. But I don't believe he's storming at all. He's even got Living Wish. I've seen him Living Wish for an Emrakul. Looks like Andrew has mulliganed to 5 here. Branson has kept. Is that correct? He's kept on 7. All right. It's pretty frightening, I think, if you're Andrew. You need to have the right 7. Your opener is actually way more important in this matchup than it would be in a lot of others.
I mean, you basically have to keep a hand that is actively good against this deck. You can't take something like, he better have a good turn true. Now, there's no real turn 1s in his deck unless he's sideboarded an Enlightened Tutor that are all that great. So, we see a Gitaxian Probe. Let's see what he kept.
Looks like Aethersworn Canonist.
What else is that?
It's a Green Sun Zenith
and a Forest?
Yeah, looks like maybe a snow-covered forest.
This is a good start for Andrew. Now, does Branson just win?
It is snow-covered forest. It's on the deck list that way. Love it. That's some style points for Andrew.
Very good eye.
Well, it looked like there was snow on it,
Okay,
so.
Chrome Mox, we begin.
There's a Burning Wish imprinted on the Chrome Mox. There's a Lotus Petal. Counting up a storm. Adrian's got his fingers out here.
Now those don't count
Those
as
don't
storm.
count.
Those are not spells.
Removed his mana, but he's got a green and a red in his pool now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 mana in his pool.
Oh my God,
There's a Goblin
Charbelcher.
Charbelcher.
Oh my God. Now it's just the flip.
Lion's Eye Diamond. Storm, I don't know if
Storm
it's relevant
on
anymore.
doesn't matter. Let's just see where the mountain is.
Yeah.
He's got 1 Tig on the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dead.
Yeah, that's it. And Branson Mitchell wins the match.
Wow.
In less than 10 minutes
Now-
of actual play. If you combine the, game 1, game 2, it was about 3 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
1 minute and 15 seconds for game 1. I don't know how long was game 2.
Wow. Okay, and Branson Mitchell now. I'm willing to bet that he played less turns of Magic than anyone in the room.
If they all turned out like that, seriously.